Chairman, National Peace Committee, and former military head of state General Abdusalami Abubakar has given his verdict on zoning as political parties get set to commence their presidential primary elections. Nigerian News reports that top political parties are still unsettled over who to hand their 2023 presidential ticket to, as they debate over if they should consider zoning or not. Stepping in as an elder statesman in the democratic terrain, Abubakar counseled the concerned parties to rise above sectional sentiment and consider competence. The former leader said Nigeria at this stage of nationhood should not be debating zoning but should concentrate on getting any competent Nigerian, irrespective of his state of origin or religion, who can address the chunk of challenges facing the country. He said, with the exposure of the younger generation and their connection, I think Nigeria is not short of such individuals across the federation. It is up to the politicians to try and see how they can come up with such an individual. But as long as we keep saying this zone produces this, another zone produces that, then the problem continues. We are not thinking as Nigerians, we are thinking of our villages, states, and so on. General Abubakar, who supervised a successful transition that handed over the reign of power to a democratically elected government on May 29, 1999, also declared that there is nothing wrong with the 1999 constitution his administration bequeathed to the country. Nigerian News understands that Abubakar made his opinion known while conversing with journalists in his Mina, Niger State residence on Wednesday, May 25, 2022. He said it was surprising to note that after 23 years that the constitution has been operational, some Nigerians rose up against it and described it as the root cause of all of the problems facing the country. While admitting that there is no perfect constitution in the world, he said instead of the critics of his administration examining the operators of the constitution, they have been calling for the postponement of the 2023 general election till a fresh constitution emerges, which he kicked against. Reacting to the clamor for an interim government by some individuals, General Abubakar said, while he was not begrudging their personal opinions, he said their demands could not be found in the Constitution of Nigeria, which makes it unconstitutional, and urged them to join hands with the National Assembly in its ongoing efforts of amending the Constitution. Does the Constitution allow interim government? Why are you creating a problem in trying to solve a problem? How long is that interim government? How do we select the leader of the interim government going to serve? Is it going to be by military coup? How do you start getting the leader of the transition? Well, a lot of things will go wrong because you will not have a constitutional leader, Abubakar shared in his conversation with Guardian. He further said those who condemned the 1999 constitution, saying it was foisted on the people without Nigerians' input, might have forgotten that his administration set up a constitution debate coordinating committee, CDCC, headed by Supreme Court Justice Nikki Toby and Dr. Suleiman Kumo as deputy chairman. General Abubakar recalled that the committee went around the country to collect memoranda from the public through town hall meetings in Benin, Enugu, Jos, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Kano, Ibadan, Lagos, and Sokoto. He disclosed no military formation was visited during their assignment and wondered why people described the constitution as a document that emanated from the military. He said, okay, the people that were consulted by his committee, are they not Nigerians? Is it a group of military people that sat down and said this is what they are going to do? We are not lawyers. The committee was headed by Supreme Court Justice. What is unfortunate in the whole matter is that people are now faulting it after 23 years of its existence. According to Abubakar, the reports of the committee indicated that many Nigerians and groups were unanimous in their adoption of the 1979 constitution with little modifications. But unknown to many of the critics of his administration, the 1979 constitution was a product of the 1975 Constituent Assembly attended by many eminent Nigerians across the country. Reacting to the allegation that the constitution was forced on Nigeria, General Abubakar said, "How did we force it? We have to have a constitution when we are going to have a democratic government." When the military came, they suspended the constitution. If you look at the 1999 constitution, there isn't much difference from the 1979 constitution. There's no constitution that is perfect. It is also how you implement the constitution that matters. So, nation building is like a constitution. It is a continuous process, and I'm happy people are trying to see what amendments they can do to the constitution. You can point out any basic changes that have happened when the amendment that is going on in the National Assembly. Fielding questions on why his administration did not organize a constituent assembly to produce a new constitution with input from different nationalities, he said, "When you organize constituent assembly, is it only Nigerians that you will invite to be there? It is every Nigerian that you will talk to. Are they different from the people Justice Nikki committee spoke to? Was there a military man in that committee who produced that constitution? How are you sure that every nationality is going to be represented? Let Nigerians please give peace a chance and try to see how this nation can move forward. Let's have a nation. Let's think about how really to live together and be each other's keeper. If you find something wrong with the constitution, bring it out and try to see how amendments can be done." Speaking on the country's unity and national cohesion, General Abubakar said, "We are fixated on regional politics. In thinking for our village, in thinking for our state, in thinking for our region, you meet people instead of thinking about Nigeria. We're thinking about our village, state, and region before you talk about Nigeria." Again, you find that quite a number of politicians think that way. I think this is our basic problem. If, like members of the armed forces, every politician would think of Nigeria as his constituency and think about Nigeria, Nigeria will be a better place. You see how I wish by now Nigeria will have come out of the mentality of our region, our state, the zoning issue. By now, I was hoping Nigeria will think as a Nigerian who is competent, who is capable, regardless of where he comes from, but can be trusted and elected to lead this country. Yes, the political parties have their method of appointing or selecting their flag bearers. How I wish the political parties, like I said, will appoint a competent and focused individual to host their flag. When we were growing up here in Minna, I'm very proud that 2 times an Igbo man was elected on their own light as the chairman of Minna local government. I grew up to find out that we have 2 Yoruba councillors on their own right. Besides the chairman of local government, there are also some Igbo people who were elected as members of Gwarimp local authority. And I must also say that there was a Nupe man who was elected mayor of Onitsha. And that was when we were living as Nigerians. It is still possible. How does a Nigerian go and contest election in Canada or UK or America or Australia or Austria? So why can't we? If we really want to develop this country, why can't a Nigerian, wherever he is, contest elections?